So how we doing? Hi. Apparently we are looking at a Daft Punk synthesizer. It's a great mod. Hall of Fame mod. All it does, Hall of Fame, this mod here, all it does is just add just a collection of, as it says, a collection of menu simulations from various players. I like how Exterminator's right there, and Anti-Elites. Exterminator gets the first pick. But yeah, what's his name? String Weasel. Put it together. The Red Belt Megabase is in here too. It actually popped up in the background. If you're hearing, if you could hear it in the background during the countdown, dinging away because String Weasel put in the bit with the train counter that had been counting trains since version 13 when it was first implemented. The logic. Hey, Alicia. Yeah, it's just a collection of bases. He actually simplifies them enough to be functional. Runs LF4? Does he? I don't actually know who runs... I haven't actually looked at the LF4 in ages. I've been a bit out... admittedly, I've been out of it since what? Sort of like late 2019, I sort of fell away from things. And they haven't really sort of got back on until late last year, realistically. Like, it was still kind of around, but it was sort of a bit absent. Yeah, I've just been doing some experimentation. Don't worry about it, it's fine. Hopefully I didn't save over my thing again. Hasn't been new puns since... post for them since the, Oh, it was about a year ago, okay. Ah, you... Yeah, I actually do use Bottleneck these days. It's a lot better than it used to be. Previously, like back in the day, it used to use Lewis script polling to get the status of the factory, and so the end result was that on even a modest megabase, it would start sucking down a lot of UPS to show the status. I think there was a bit of a graphics burden as well. I remember at one point it was in the between 6 and 12 UPS would go into bottleneck. Is it now bottleneck lights? I don't know, actually. Can have a look. Good question. I thought it was still the same thing. Bottleneck light. Login bottlenecks to the factory. 0 runtime overhead and instant response. Okay. Hello there, Monsieur Trabert. I'll have to check that out. The graphic change, so the dot is part of the animation. Ah, yep. He actually sticks it in there. Oh, it's Rayguard, of course it is. Yeah, I'll install it to remind myself, but I'll chuck it back on later. Yeah, we don't actually want to enable it. Confirm. It's still going to reload, of course. Got the old cyclotron going on for the thing there. Right. It's only been... what, 5 minutes and we haven't actually started anything yet? Right, are we actually running anything right or wrong? Looks right. So, we're back in this base. A few things have happened since last time. Wow, I cannot speak today. I cannot words and speak today. In the background, I've been working on oil. So there's a new plastic build again. This time it's back to direct oil to plastic. So it uses basic oil cracking to turn oil into just petroleum. It's shockingly few machines to make it work too. It's only 17. And then it just does bots because it's sure, why not? It's not a huge load. I've been working on the reason why the creative was there, if you're wondering, in the saves. In the background, I've been working on fixing rocket fuel, and so that's going to get patched in there. You can see I've already cleared out the old stuff. So I'm getting rid of that original, or we're going back to the original design, which was the direct feed system. It's not the most efficient. If you use advanced oil cracking, I think it's like half or a little over half the number of oil refineries. It's like 16 oil refineries are needed instead of 24, or even 12 oil refineries instead of 24. But it adds the complication of needing a lot of light to gas cracking and heavy to light and all that, which if memory, I need to do to actually test it, but if memory serves me, the basic does actually work out slightly better, at least in terms of the base performance, the build performance. It does create a larger burden on oil production though, but mining productivity sort of deals with that. I think if anything, the build just, I have literally no reason to do what I just did. I'm just touching things for the sake of touching it. But yeah, the mining productivity deals with it, so it's sort of here and there. I need to do the numbers, but I'm pretty sure it still sort of works out fairly evenly, like for one or the other. It's like advanced oil will be better in 2.0 because of the fluid change. But for 1.1, I'm pretty sure it still leans on to run at 300 because the fluids will no longer matter. It's always about reducing the number of pipes, and even then, it's comparatively speaking to older versions, it's still like 1.1 is still better anyway. If you compare it to something like 16, the fluids are a little cleaner, a little. It just feels like the pressure to minimize the number of pipe elements is nowhere near as bad as it used to be. It's actually quite funny. The as elegant as the 517 is in the in the version 15 sim map, it's pretty dirty for UPS. It's not even fair to compare pre-18. Oh, yeah. Oh, the other thing too is that it could go either way. So bobbing about has shown up, which means it could get... So the simplicity could get overcomplicated, but at the same time, simplicity and using bots, Daemon Engineer has shown up, which is a promising sign, particularly for a robo build. So if Daemon Engineer showed up in a robo build, that means it's on the right track and it's probably fine. So yeah, just putting that out there. I, for some reason, have this feeling that I need to preface that by saying Daemon Engineer, he goes back a bajillion years in Factorio lore. He's one of the original, if not possibly the original. Don't quote me on that. He'd be pretty much the original person who described efficient bot builds and how to build them and all that. What if this fool shows up? Ah, see, you've made the mistake of queuing your name up for Oxygen Not Included, so on Monday you will now be a duplicant. So I'm going to sit on that until Monday. Which is good, because I'm lacking names to put into Oni dupes. I mean, to be fair, I should have just volunteered people like I normally do. Managed to die yet? I mean, we got close a few times, but no, you survived somehow. I mean, you sure are trying. Oh boy, are you ever trying. Bots, I would appreciate you not doing that, please. I would, however, appreciate you doing that. I feel like these control units are very much a case of put in chest, nuke chest. I don't know why I'm going to the effort. I really don't. It's just that the problem is, at the same time... actually, I have an idea. On the one hand... I want you to go to shitty place 5. It's fun to go through the rigmarole of recycling all this crap. On the other hand, it's going to take forever to deal with this crap. Like, it's going to take a long time. It's a lot of busy work that I don't want to deal with. So let's speed up, perhaps even expedite the process slightly. Today, the jobs that I wanted to do was start... So, the best way to deal with this train conversion is to start from the beginning. And the way to start from the beginning is to start at the outposts. And so we need to go through all of the iron and copper and all that outposts and convert them over to something more modern. If we did a chest type that would get them back to a usable location. Try to only ever place one storage chest. The problem is that currently this train, so it's deconstructing the old build, it's being packed into this train here, being returned to the starter base, which eventually, maybe, possibly, will be then shipped out to the new base up here. The problem is I do actually need to turn on this supply base to get it started, and turn off this one here, or even deconstruct it, this one here. Which I should probably do. And the way to do that would be to join the robo networks, because this is actually 2 robo networks. So there's the science production here, and then there's the space production over here. So this one's actually space production. So if I join the science to the space production, it might do it. Alrighty. So if we turn on that, and then grab that, we have lots of shooty potential. And then, just clean up a little bit around here. Like that. That'll clear it up faster. So you've got to deal with all these chests and everything as well, full of speed 1s. So, oh, there we are. They just got to rotate. I see an issue. And that's not just the sound crackling. But yeah, we'll just clear out the rest of it, like this. So I was continuously thinking that, it's going to be difficult even just nuking it. And then I had the epiphany that artillery exists. And, it's a problem that solves itself. Actually, should use this one here. There we go. There we go. Now look at that. And before you know it, the builder's gone. So many sad anus sphinctons. Sphincton anus things. Oh, and there goes the radar. Unfortunately, also, there goes the robo coverage. And there's still a little bit of rubbish here and there, but I think it's significantly reduced the amount of garbage that I need to deal with as far as deconstruction goes. Right, is that going to help the robo situation? Yes. Yes, it will. The same with these trains too, like... Yeah, you could save them, but at the same time... You can also just eliminate them. Just purge them from existence. Start over again. Not spend the next eternity deconstructing them. How are we looking as far as the deconstruction goes? Deconstruction or destruction? Decon destruction. Stupid furnaces. Everywhere you look, trains are exploding. Doesn't matter where you look, the trains are exploding. Hey Cloud, how you doing? We're just cleaning up a little bit round. There we go. I'll keep deconstructing them because it's precious science packs. Doesn't like trains anymore. I don't like those trains anymore. I'm fine with trains, just not those ones. Just in case it wasn't blown up enough. Ooh, how about a train full of blue circuits? It's only 4,700 blue circuits plus whatever's in there, 4,800 each. It's just a few blue circuits. It's fine. There's a few more down there. There's actually a lot of blue circuits. Bye-bye, blue circuits. Bye-bye, green circuits. Bye-bye, red circuits. And bye-bye, blue circuits again. And then bye-bye, remnants. All the while the thing's pinging at me. Yes, be quiet. Also, there's more down here, so we need to deal with that too. These dangerous, wrong-sized trains. We need to be... They're coming right for us, and we need to deal with them. And they're no pathing. This is how we fix no pathing. Hey, Spellmaster, how you doing? Spellmeister? God, it's gone mad. All this megabasing's finally got to him. So that's a few green circuit trains. Some red circuit trains. Bye-bye red circuits. Bye-bye blue circuits. Bye-bye green circuits. Best time. Yeah, clip it. Post it on the Factorio Reddit. Get a few people mad. What do you reckon these trains are? Because we can't see them from the lack of radar. So we'll just explore using artillery, just to see. What do you reckon? What do you reckon's under there? My bet is steel and plastic. I mean, I kind of know what dead is what it is. It's a lot. Yeah, it's mostly copper. I mean, it makes sense. It's the low density structure build, so of course there's lots of copper. But yes, it is dead as what's there now. Track lag. It should be 57. Where is it? Train? Yeah, 6. Something game update. Someone laser-eyes will spot it. I'm pretty sure it's just track lag from the sheer number. Not if I tell them, well, not if they're out of bot range, and not if I tell them not to. There is some more over here that we need to deal with. They are dangerous, wrong-sized trains. And we need to deal with them. You're right. That one, well, there's one, one there, and one there. We need to deal with them. And that green circuit and steel train. Oh, that crackling. The song for this part. Yeah, it's just some quality sax to go with the for the scorched earth policy of the trains. The copper and steel was seeing one. Oh, down there. Okay. So right about there, you say. Nuke artillery. Oh, I could install the nuclear artillery mod. I mean, it is pretty effective. The regular artillery. I mean, I say in saying that I did miss this. Still think I missed it? I don't know. I think that's done a pretty good one. The question is, what do I do with the silos? What do I do with the silos? Because on the one hand, it's some pretty valuable stuff. On the other hand, I mean, you can't stop now. I think you know the answer to that question. I mean, there's a train here with nothing in it, so obviously, you got all the other trains for the satellite bits there, and then you got the satellite production up here. Well, the makings of satellite production, not the actual satellite production. And then, of course, got to blow up the blue circuit train. Cause, you can't let 11,000 plus whatever's in the chests live. That would be silly. I'm not actually sure where I can see the... Sadly, I can't tell you how much is in it, but I can let you watch it explode. Oh look, the machines are trying to spring to life to make more. I made room for more. Until there is no more. That's poetic, isn't it? And the blue circuit train is also no more. What are you? You're rocket fuel. Oh, rocket fuel isn't that expensive, so it won't cost much to clear out the rocket fuel. Like that. Yeah. It's drawing on the screen like a football play. It's play-by-play action. Ooh, there might be some more trains that need to be got. Well, there are more trains that need to be got rid of up there. But fear not, better trains, new and improved and better trains that carry rocket fuel are on the way. So it is merely a temporary, it's not even really a setback. A temporary loss of production service. Have enough production for the artillery shells? I mean, it's been freewheeling for the last little while. Oh, it's only a steel train. Like, there's enough... I'm pretty sure there's enough steel production to fill one of those trains in under a minute. It's whatever that is. Assuming some idiot can actually name the train stops properly. And there we go. We've significantly improved the speed at which the old base is deconstructed. We destructed the base in a fraction of the time that it otherwise would have taken. See, there's still a few blue circuits left over. It's not all doom and gloom. It's fine. Don't worry too much. I should really get rid of this energy interface as well at some point. Blow up any science? No, not as such. I am preserving the science pack. Oh, I suppose I could actually, deal with that. That'd be fine. That can go. That can probably go. Yeah, they can stay. Blue can stay. Military, we don't care much about. That can go. That can go. That can go. Yeah, that can go. Should we be doing science from Hitchhikers, where the fleet deconstruct the Earth? Exactly. This is how you redo something: is you just deconstruct half the galaxy to then rebuild it slightly better, slightly more efficient, make it slightly more efficient. Maholic, how you doing? Welcome, Maholic. You're just in time to watch blue science packs explode. How you doing? How was your stream? I completely blanked out on what you're doing. Hey! It's the Maholic raid. Hey, Savi, how you doing? So we're just exploding science at the minute. So that was blue science. That's green science. And was red science. Rebuilding outposts. Yes, we're rebuilding outposts. By blowing them up slightly. Blowing up a small part of it. Just a small part. Playing with spaceships. Ooh. Blinking nuclear fuel worries you a bit? Oh yeah, blackout is actually incoming. That I can confirm. Assuming that you... Well, that's actually another little odd job that needs to be done. Have you actually... Oh. How... What? Hey, Solburn, how you doing? Why are you not unloading? You have iron plate, but it's not outputting iron plate. Oh, okay, it's refilled a little bit on fuel. Hey. How you doing? What were you up to? You were doing Factorio. I mean, it was kind of a given. But, modding or something? So there's no setting? Oh, yeah. I have to, let's have a look. And that kicked it into gear. Ultra cubic. Ah. I have to investigate that. Why is that behaving the way? So the lower one's activating, not the full one. That's the thing that's weird about that. There's a lot of crap on the ground now. See, there's still a ton of garbage that needs to be dealt with. Yeah, see, now look what you've done. You dumped it, Roboport on the... Precious Roboport's landed on the floor now. Now, if I can be bothered, I should actually do that. I probably don't even need to carry thingies. How radioactive are those trains with tons of uranium ore? It's the reason why I dislike circuit-controlled unloading. It shouldn't have been a problem. I've probably set the greater than or less than the wrong way round, if I was to hazard a guess. Because normally the circuit-based balanced unloader is pretty reliable. I always use it for oil, and oil is probably one of the more jankier applications of it. Alright, so where is the good stuff? Yeah, so this is the old science base. We're going to tear it down and relocate it up there. And then somewhere where these biters are will be the new lab production area. This area will be turned into circuit production. So it will still be used. It'll just be repurposed. I'd prefer it if this stuff wasn't rebuilt. I mean, yeah, you're going to rebuild the substations. That's fine. It's not the end of the world. You still sort of need it to... Oops, deconstruct everything. I mean, up until a point. Just trying to run away from the bots there. I think the bot speed is fast enough. If I pull back a little bit, then they'll grab the stuff before they need to charge. This was the red belt base? No, this is the 8K base, which we did for 1.0 release. This one came much later. The plan is to... This will be the last send-off before 2.0. Because this base is... This base, it's just... I'd like it to work, to be running. Because it's the last, like, purely 1.1 vanilla base that I have. I mean, the only other one that I'd really care about is the 36K Factorio extended base. And that one is... I mean, that one's sentimental as well. I like that one. Because, I mean, I say 36,000 base. It's actually more like a 42,000 base. Exclamation mark leaves. Yeah, it's more like 40, or varies, but it's 40 to 42,000. But the site labs are limited to 36,000. That's the base, which even in 1.1 slows down to 25 UPS just on a whim. It's like, oh, I need more iron. There goes the UPS. I walked past it again. Too busy doing that yakety smack. There we go. So now we're all conjoined. And away goes the crap. The 12 base. That one will continue on. I'm not quite sure what I'll do with it. Whether I go full expansion or just add the elevated rails or such. Alright, you turn that off. Supply off. Off and off. Yes, get out of here. Something like that'll do. The only problem is there's going to be storage. Well, I have a solution to this. This storage chest problem. There we go. Just to make sure they get destroyed. I mean, well, crap. I said the quiet part out loud. Not the substation. Oh, you're right. Rescue the substation. Whoop! Here comes the artillery. Perfect. Send you on your way. Get rid of that. Now give the bot something to do. No skulls? How did that happen? Oh, everyone had their skull drummed. That's why. Yeah, and then I'll just let this place deal with itself, and then in a little while we'll come back and clean up the remnants. We have some time though. It'd be nice to have a more that increases the recipes for solid items so the output matches the stack size. Time and input would proportionally increase as well. That sounds familiar. In saying that, let's just tidy up. Before we move on to more interesting and exciting things, we'll just check up on the science over here. I'm not actually sure what the time is for stuff for the rubble to disappear. It's surprisingly long. It's like 5 minutes or something. Still rebuilds the roboports. See, it's not all lost, it's fine. Bots will figure it out eventually. Ah, the trains are rebalancing themselves. Oh, would you look at that? Full chests. Let's empty them out so we can fill them up again. There. Coffee is on the craft? Nice. Getting that steamed bean. The precious steamed bean. Had that conversation today. Is it fair to call it steamed bean, even though it's technically not steamed? So I'm not sure. It's more of an osmosis, really, isn't it? Coffee. It's more of a bean osmosis. Because it's passed through with pressure. Is it even osmosis? I'm not sure. As I say, I'm not sure. Tea? I mean, technically you can have energy stimulating effects from tea, so it's not unfair to go with tea. It's not like you're not allowed to enjoy tea. Yeah, tea has caffeine. It's not that far withdrawn from coffee. Oh, there's a controversial take. Coffee is a type of tea. It's like saying cereal in milk is a type of soup. That's gonna rattle some cages. Cereal is soup. Have it dry as a salad. We not have... I mean, we have lots of control units. That's a given. But I suppose these are all being emptied out. I have a solution for this. I mean, since we're decommissioning this thing, it's fair to say that this will decommission it. I should move the spiders out the way as well. Yes, I won't hit the Spidertron. There we go, it's been suitably decommissioned. Amazingly, it still has power. Wasn't expecting that. Unfortunately, yeah, it did lose a few bots along the way. JD's not playing Factorio, what is this? Yeah, it's from the game. All that distortion. It was the game doing that. Alright. That's enough of that. The game very much didn't like it. He's an artist, not a doctor. Yes, like beating is killing that stopped before they died. More surprise around. I mean, what is this? A JD base? Of course, it's still functional. See, if it was JD, he would just pepper the just dot matrix the entire map, and then complain that there's nothing left, and the rail system doesn't work, and nothing works. A doctor, not a butcher. I mean, to be fair, Will would probably do the same thing. The insurance bill will be high for this claim. I mean, there's been no train accidents, so it's fine. It's totally fine. I mean, technically the trains were already... I mean, yeah, the trains have been destroyed. There is technically... I'm trying to think of the right phrasing. So, there have been trains which have been recycled and sold on to a new owner. Yes, technically they have been destroyed, but it is part of the exchange process, transferring ownership of the said locomotives and rolling stock. But new rolling stock and locomotives are being purchased and procured for the upgraded base. So technically there is no insurance claim to be had because they're not my locomotives. It's the poor sap that's going to be receiving them that's up for the insurance bill. In a manner of speaking. I mean, yeah. Issue an order and then the 0.001 microsecond later complain the order isn't done. Yeah. I'm just trying to think of times when that's... like, is that a new thing? Because it never... I mean, it used to do it for memes back in the day. Space converted to concrete. Oh yeah, guaranteed that Extern would have walked into a Shell or 10 multiple times. Also, we would have been just aiming artillery at his train. Like, if he was travelling in a train like right now, we would just be firing artillery at him. I actually thought you were going for a UPS thing. That's why I hesitated. Because Will's done enough megabasing to know the pain of... he's been through every pain with UPS lagged and burdened maps. Hesitation is defeat. It is. And knowing me, I would probably lead the shot just right, so it would perfectly be landing behind the locomotive. So if he ever slowed down even slightly, the wave of artillery landing would catch up with him. Only one from left that you actually watch. He's still doing... He's actually been doing a no spoon run lately. I think he's on the second try. I don't know when his last... I think it's taken like 6 or 7 years, probably since 2018 from the last time we badgered him about it, but he's finally doing it. And he's coming up a little bit rusty, but I think the second run is doing better. You gotta... There's a certain mindset to doing a no spoon run. And you got to be prepared for it. Alright, so we got the chest now, so we need to go back again. What's going on here? Why aren't you unloading? Sure, whatever. It does need a certain amount of focus, and no spoon isn't a particularly long. It's not. It's kind of like a power walk, really. Never enjoyed the 8-hour run. I do it once every few months with Ica, and it's usually hilarious. Very entertaining. There's something enjoyable about it when it's a little bit more informal. In fact, what I might do... good. That's kicked into gear. Something's missing here. What's missing? Oh, the gate. Okay. Should be an achievement for 1 million rockets launched. That is such a very specific and niche achievement. Super Chip, how you doing? I love how it goes from English to Finnish. Thank you very much for that. Hope you're doing well. Thank you very much for the 28 months. That's wonderful. That's amazing. Could be part of V2. Of course, possibly. That's right. The thing I wanted to just quickly show. Yeah, with the 8-hour runs, doing these sort of informal runs is always fun. Is this the one? I don't think this is the one. Oh, there you go. So, I like to see the screen. No, this isn't the one. This was another one. Just the sheer chaos of it. You know, you don't. It's generally dirty builds, but someone's got to do it. Yeah, there's not a lot to it. You just got to be prepared. Like you got to get the early oil going. That's the main thing. It's the early oil and the early low density structures. See, we had pre-crafted a whole ton of low density. Issue with the oil? It's always oil. For me, in my experience, it's always been oil. It's just getting enough rocket fuel in time. And so we had this pre-crafted already. It's even got my name on it. I think I did oil in this. Yep, I did oil. I probably did... Oh no, Ica did... It's a mixture of me and Ica doing that. He did those... That looks like my... Yep, it's my circuits. You can immediately spot my red circuit. It's very... My red circuit is very... very distinctive, this thing. I don't think this was a run where the fences were collapsing and Ica was eating parts of the base to try and feed the rocket. Yeah, that was a great run. Yeah, this is the one where I basically built the entire base and everyone else was just building, smelting and pushing biters back. Do I even have it? I might not have saved it. Or I moved it out of the folder. Yeah. Multiplayer 8-hour runs are fun. Well worth doing. Solo 8-hour runs, you got to be dedicated. It's much better doing it with a group. Would be down for a sub 8-hour run. Would be a great neat way to get the achievement. Maybe we should tee up a time for it. I'm not sure when exactly, unfortunately, because of upcoming inconveniences, which leads into the next point. So work's been busy. Just to pivot a little bit, rolling back a step. And the next round of work trips are coming up. And so, like in the next, probably across the next month, I'm going to be here, there, and everywhere. So we'll have to figure that one out. There's one to New Zealand? Maybe, maybe not. You never know. Ooh, is this thing actually... Yeah, so this thing's actually requesting crap. This is good. You're requesting bots. That's an important question. It needs to be asked. And answered. You are. Hello, train. I think it's actually come from the other place already. It's not requesting construction, I don't think. That one is trash? What one is trash? What kind of work? It's a combination of research and product development. I gotta think carefully because it's somewhat like I don't talk about exactly what I do because a lot of it is pretty tightly protected. But yeah, it is research. It's a combination of research work and sort of semi-commercial product development. Product. Officially, it varies between design engineer, firmware engineer, and hardware engineer, depending on who you ask. Pretty cool. It is pretty cool. Pretty neat. It's a very varied type of work. If you use Atlassian products, you should encourage admins towards your company as a partner. What if I said that expletives were yelled at Source Tree earlier today? Why am I? Oh, I'm supposed to be dumping them. You just use Jira? I believe Jira is there, but I don't have the license. Doesn't give me. It doesn't give everyone access to it. Bots. Because there is Bitbucket. It is intern source tree. It's usually most things are better than company-made internal company tooling. I've generally found. Now I'm getting super distracted right now. You need to return home. So we've dealt with that. You're now, in theory, capable of... No, you're not. No, not yet. I need some of you. Just like that. Now I need to do one more visit back there. Oh, because I actually only just switched to source tree, and it turns out that pulling commits has this nasty habit in source tree of stomping over whatever you were currently working on. That's what we were saying. Okay. Yeah, I forgot this supply station can't insert bots directly like the outpost one. Oh, it's in the back end. It's still normal Git. I think Bitbucket can do its own thing that's not Git. Having said that, but yeah, it's just Git. There we go. Now it's inserting bots. You're limited to 200 and 200. Okay. So that'll just jumpstart it and make things happen. Bye bye. Yeah, on so I'm not a pro Git user. Like the majority of my experience is you just using GitHub Desktop, and it at least warns, like it warns you of the changes before just stomping over things. It's mostly just getting a handle. It's probably a fault of GitHub Desktop more than anything else. Whereas it feels like SourceTree is a bit much more formal with how it works. And that's really where I'm getting into trouble. Alright. So, yeah, that's sort of dealt with. Probably to the point where I can mark those now. I could probably just mark all of that. Yeah, it's a little, SourceTree is a little cantankerous when it comes to merge conflicts. It sort of just complains and doesn't really make it a nice way of dealing with it. It doesn't give you a nice way of dealing with it. But at the same time, it's kind of what it's kind of what it's supposed to do, and how it's supposed to work. It's not supposed to just automatically just fix things for you. You got to use your brain when it comes to fixing these sorts of things. Let me just say that. Hang on, I'm trying to get rid of that. There, you can see the pattern of where the belts were by how everything's laid out. Looks pretty. Will look even better once it's removed. Is that meant to be biters? It's like a pocket of biters there. That is. Where that would have come from? Is there a time when that was actually... Yeah, there was a time when that was a thing. It was a brief time, but it was a thing. Yeah, there's some more biter patches. It was, wasn't it? There was like a brief time where you had the fleshy bitery thing going on. 20 minutes? Oh yeah, 20 minutes! I still haven't actually done anything that I said I was going to do. And what I said I would do is, start from the beginning, fix the outposts to fix the stuff and junk. What is going on there? This is why I need to fix the outposts. These loopy outposts are stupid. They don't work. That's why they need to be fixed. I think a solution for that one is actually just to deconstruct. Yeah, just deconstruct and start packing it up. It's actually a good one for the spiders. Decon the road. Yeah, I know. So it can still get in there. Doesn't matter. Is there a lazy way I can do this? All stuck, aren't you? All of them. Literally all of them are stuck. Just thinking. What's the best way of dealing with the outpost? Did I ever? I don't think these ever really... No, they never matured into actual thingies. Oh yeah, you have to go through. Supply and trash train, the 1.1 controller. That's basically obsolete. Probably the closest would be this thing, which is not happening. What is going on there? Oh, that's that's that chest. That's basically the book that I want. I'm just trying to think of a lazy way. I don't know what I'm ever going to do with that base. I like the idea of it. It's another one of those things where I wanted to try the idea, but against my better judgment, a train base, a train base like that is just not that interesting to me. And also, it looked like it was not going to work when I was doing some testing. The hell even is that? Charge bell. Oh, that's more Crastorio stuff. Loop outpost work fine. I've never had loop outpost. Well, actually, I have had loop outpost work fine. The problem is when trains start misbehaving, and they want to start turning around and going to other places, particularly with the like trains coming in and out of here, and then it says, "Oh, I'm actually going to go somewhere else," and then turns around an outpost. The it only seems to happen with outposts. I've found. Because that was the biggest killer of the 36k base. It was a train would go to try and turn around in an outpost, and it would inevitably, because of the way that the spacing doesn't account for a train doing that, and so it would inevitably partially block a junction and then just jam up the entire system. In saying that, it's just going right then and there to loop around to a through another outpost. Alright, so let's make a copy of that. What are we at? Call outpost. How easy / difficult is this to fix? Annoying is what it is. Isn't this the one that... Did I fix it? Oh no, it's got the arithmetic bit shifter. I might need to jump over to K2 and downgrade them. Unless, do I have anything gain? No, supply and trash, that's productivity. Random oil. There's the plastic build. I actually need to just tidy up this crap in general. There's another variant of it. That's a slightly older one though. I think this is the one that gets stuck turning itself on all the time though. That's a monstrosity. That's actually from this map. That is a thing and a half. So that is Colonel Will's, one of Will's very old thingies. Where have I stored that? Just asked so many questions. Oh, that's one of them is mining things as well. Belt miners. Probably get rid of these. They're kind of obsolete builds. Can't get rid of the fish. That's important now. See, now I've just reverted to dealing with blueprints. That's from this. There. That's from this. That and you go together. It's another variant of the same thing. That's that's from this map. That's the supply. Is that the supply station? No, that's just an older version. That one's obsolete. I think that's one that uses the disable train stop, which is obsolete now. If only we could get our blueprints. I mean, I try to, but it's not that. It's kind of a mess. Probably the way to put it. That is also a very old variant. Fight you. Yeah, it's at least a little bit tidier now. 11 minutes, by the way. Now K2. Hey, mangled pork. Now, this should exist here. So I need air. Got. Oh well, just delete that. That's a given. Why is that going to the third one? Alright, done. So that one's correct. It's actually it's correct, but it also isn't. Or is it? So the reason why I came here was I thought I'd fixed it. That's why I made these blueprints back in it. Apparently this is a screwed up version. Pretty sure that icon's also not available too. It seems to not complain. Like the filter seems to work. Oh no, these are... Ah. Oh yeah. Light bulb. Yeah, that's it. Okay, apparently this is working. It's just interesting that I had this wrong, which I thought I'd fixed. That's why I'm confused. What are you? Superior filter... superior inserter. So we need to go superior filter and superior inserter to filter to regular and superior to stack. Like that. So wherever the K2 book is, create a copy, plop it there. There it is. You. I actually also right-clicked, which did the opposite. I'm fine with losing those things. Get rid of that. Get rid of you. Get rid of you. And you. And you. And that's now suitable. Copper outpost. You. Fine. Coal outpost. These are very inconsistent too. What speaks a lot of things. Get rid of all that rubbish. Iron outpost. Get rid of all that. Copper. Sure. Coal. Uranium. Use uranium. Or uranium. Technically, I could just lash this onto rare metals we can get rid of. Oil, let's get rid of. Oh, that's right, yeah, train loader. You can go. You can go. That should be good enough. You. That's should actually prepare the tab. Straight away, game save. Alright, I think the best way to do it is now just lay it down. There. Where is it? 8K Megabase. I'll move it over to Game Blueprints. I might actually do it there. Hello, train. That's a very dangerous game I'm playing right there. I could have also taken the PAX train down here. Or a spider or something. Probably don't need the uranium. Oh, I suppose it gives me that. But yeah, probably don't need the uranium one. But I'm going to do it anyway. Notepad already properly formats CRF versus LF. Being Windows, it will CRLF. I mean, if you were a true pedant, that is technically correct. As I say, it is technically correct. It's actually funny how wonky line end implementations are. How most line end implementations are. It's the best kind of correct, isn't it? Yeah, T-minus 1 minute. Oh, good. I thought that was connected there for a minute. Alright, just clean out the inventory and see if we get some facts. Yeah, I'm cleaning inventory. Shocking, I know, but true. What the hell is... Oh, I think that was me taking the thing out. That can go. There it is. It's up. What do we got? Research info tooltip and online players GUI. Huh. It is 1 minute, or 0 minutes now, to this. The f is out. So, what do we got? 423, Research Info Tooltip and Online Players GUI. By Clonin and Raygard. Hello, GUI improvements often surprise us with just how impactful they can be. Even with simple cases, they can really compound on the quality of life. Let's move over a little bit further there. Research Info Tooltip. While playtesting, it was a little bit annoying to have to remote view to the labs back on Novice to check to see if the research is working, so we wanted to add a nice convenient display of what's going on without having to completely break the player's current gameplay context. Science production information. Progress 91 out of 200. Science per minute 16. Estimated remaining... Ooh, that's a nice one. The graph shows the last 10 minutes of science production as a 408, and we did a little bit of feature creep by also showing the estimated time remaining based on the last 1 minute progress. I find myself looking at the GUI these days and seeing if my factory can keep up with the science demands, as you do. Tiny change, but very handy. Tooltip looks very 14. It does a bit, apart from the transparency, yeah, it does look a bit more dated. I wouldn't say 0.1. 0.1 GUIs were, well, the old Allegro was rough. It's more like the website GUI. It was run on a Windows client, which is Unix aware. So when has this happened in the last decade? Because technically Unix doesn't exist anymore. I don't want to start this whole I don't want to start this whole Apple is technically Unix thing because it's really not. So when you saved an update to the ticket, it would insert both the Windows and Unix carriage returns because that's how the web front was done, but the Unix backend SQLDB would double everyone as it saw both converted to Windows. Unix is spamming the hell out of the SQL database because Unix was messing it up. Crazy man, hello. Hey, crazies are here. How you doing? We're just checking out the at the minute. How you doing? We're also arguing about Unix. How you doing? What are you up to? What were you working on? So what was this 408? I've already forgotten, even though it was like 8 ago. Struggling with iron deposits? Ah, yep. The classic Factorio problem, struggling with iron. It doesn't matter what you do, it's always iron, isn't it? You can have a million iron a minute and still be short on iron. Oh yeah, this is the tandem graph thing. I remember this now. Stuff and junk and blah and blah and words. So yeah, the feature creep. We got the GUI. Blah 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 blah. 5154 science a minute. I can get around this. Also got flamethrowers. Shouldn't I be trusted with those started forest fire? I mean, that is kind of what you got to do with flamethrowers when you get them, is just set everything on fire. Flamethrowers are great. Definitely worth doing the upgrades. Without the flammables, refined flammables upgrades, they're a little weak. Probably 2, maybe 3. The batteries burnt so well. Yes, 2 or 3 before the flamethrower is really effective against biters. On their own, without upgrades, they're kind of limp, like laser turrets. Laser turrets needs 2 damage upgrades. I think it was 2, off the top of my head. Yeah, it always needed energy weapon. Or are they? No, it's changed. Never mind. It's changed. This was done in version 18. I mean, one or 2 of these still wouldn't hurt. Because, yeah, there used to be a red-green upgrade, and it basically turned the laser in for something that was worse than a gun turret into something that was actually usable. It just sort of tickled the biters when you first unlock them. Think you're up to flammables too? Nice. It's actually really funny. If you get the flammables high enough, eventually the forest can't burn because it does so much damage. It just insta-kills the trees. That is so, yeah, that's a thing. I still encounter stuff like that from time to time. So yeah, we get to see our actual science production, which is really good. I like this. For someone like me who's always chasing the SPM and min-maxing this line, I like this. Critical infrastructure still uses punch cards. Probably not punch cards. It'll be emulating. Something that's really common is any kind of machine tool, CNC, any kind of CNC machine tool. So there's a plethora of options. So EDM is one that stood out, but other things, mills, CNC lathes, so on. A lot of them are from 70s, 80s, even 90s, and there's no machine tools are things that you don't really, once you have one, you don't really replace because there's no need to. And so the problem is that the control software that comes with it is stuck. It's sort of like frozen in time for whatever machine it was on, whether it be like an 8-bit machine or an early DOS or Windows machine. The reason why I say EDM is that there used to be this place where I used to have to keep supplying floppy disks to these guys because they needed to export their AutoCAD drawings from SolidWorks. This would have been like SolidWorks 2012 onto floppy disks. And I had to give them floppy disks. They were like, we need to do this thing, but we need floppy disks. How do we copy these files onto floppy disks? And they had to do it using a really ancient version of AutoCAD as well, onto an ancient version of DXF, like a DXF export from SolidWorks back. Even then, was too modern for the machine. It was like AutoCAD 5 or something equivalent. And yeah, they had to write the files onto floppies that they could then take to the dude with his EDM machine that only used floppies. And yeah, the US ICBM was notorious for its 8-inch floppies. Exactly, thank you for that follow. You had to spend the third oil field, and you're already low on solid fuel and sulfur. So much sulfur. Yeah, the sulfur can be a bit of a pit. It's just getting the stable supply of oil and getting enough oil refineries going. Sorry, I was just shooting off on a bit of a tangent there, crazy man. What's actually the sulfur drain? Because usually early game sulfur isn't too bad. It's just getting enough cracking normally and balancing out the cracking. Because you actually, the easy way to do cracking is to just have too much, and then you put some simple, quote unquote, simple, even air quote simple logic on it to turn it off and on. All good. Need a food, and my sulfur drain is blue. Oh yeah, yep. It's probably refining would help with that. I find, in general, I hit about 20, a good starting number is 20 oil refineries. Oh yeah, red circuits. You can just keep building them and building machines and just never have enough. When you start kicking into the, I don't know how far into the game you are. I'm sort of talking it as a new player experience, but yeah. The other thing too with the red circuits is it starts really eating into copper, and so you then got to go back and say, "Oh, I need copper now." Got a few cases of floppies. Yeah, I got a crate full of floppies. I actually got a crate full of floppies plus a few disk boxes with 5 1/4 in them for IBM format and Commodore format. Almost getting the tank and uranium powered. Oh, excellent. Just get that dirty nuclear reactor going. I say dirty because it's just a dirty build. Like the first reactor you build, you don't need to be too crazy with it. Just like 2 or 4 reactors, and it's just enough to get by. And just throw some pipes down, throw some turbines, and just be good enough. It's hilarious. If you're really, really keen, it's like one centrifuge of uranium processing per reactor, and it's just enough shiny rocks to keep it running. I can't believe that actually worked out. It's purely by happy accident that happened. Someone on Reddit figured that out. I always remember seeing that. They figured out the energy density of a single piece of raw uranium, and they figured out that you only needed one centrifuge to power a reactor. You sort of do something with all the, like you need a massive storage thing for the dull rocks, but yeah, that always gets me every time. There's a nasty ANSI bug recently. It took control of the computer with ANSI codes because everything tried to be back compatible with teletype. Yeah, everything always goes back to VT100 codes, which is actually funny because VT100 is kind of its own thing, and I don't think VT100 like even fully emulates it, because there's a bunch of graphical stuff that isn't emulated, if I remember rightly. This thing's also driving me insane. It's doing the connecting to chat again constantly. Anyway, pin and alert cameras. Following from the addition of pins, the new alerts in FFF 400, we added one additional part to really bring usability to the next level. It's another case of being annoyed at losing our context. When we would get alerts, we want to get back to checking if something we need, if it's something we need to worry about. A single piece of wall being destroyed on Navis isn't cause for concern, so having a quick look around, check if what was going on was desired. We also wanted the same for pins. We wanted something to keep an eye on, since it was nice to just quickly hover over and see what the current status is. That's pretty cool. Hover over and see it. I hope this only works if there's radar range. That would be great. Like, if it's not in radar range, then no context. For the pin, the zoom camera is configurable, so you can adjust it and see everything you need at a glance. Ooh, that's like the so in OpenTTD, there's this thing called viewports, where you can open up multiple viewports. That reminds me of that feature. For the pin and zoom, the camera is configurable, so you can adjust and see everything you need at a glance. Pin settings, view distance, always visible. I think this is more of what we've seen already too, this base. Online players. Another issue that came up during playtesting is that we want to be able to see who is online quickly. Who is online and quickly jump to that player's location in remote view. Now, when playing a multiplayer game, a new button has appeared to the top right. So you have the player and the location, and you can spy on them. If only you could drag them to another monitor. If only. Feature request. Oh yeah, I see, yeah. No chest. It probably doesn't hurt. Yeah, it isn't actually fast travel. It's just spy camera. GUI was inspired by Minecraft's tab menu. It's equivalent to. I wish it was something more like tab view, where you just press tab. Multi-window Factorio. Yeah. Covering a player shows the current location of the tooltip, and you can follow them by clicking. Alternatively, you can pin them to the side menu for convenient access. As always, let us know what you think in the usual places. Whee! So you can spy on V to make sure he's building trains and not anything else. Yeah, short and sweet, that is. I like that. Yeah, science production. It's a nice touch. Yeah, this. I do hope that, as I say, I do hope that this only shows up when you have radar range. And I can see this getting annoying in multiplayer games. Potentially, just having people peeping over you and you wave. Hopefully you can't wave around decon planner within that window. That's what I would legitimately worry about. You could do some serious trolling if you interact with that window with a decon planner. You actually need to start a dedicated line just to make excess red circuits so you can make electric furnaces. If anything, steel is probably what you want to keep an eye on with furnaces, because that's where steel starts to really drain. It's where you start needing to build like 4 or 5 lines of steel smelters. Get like a yellow belt of full yellow belt of steel going. Sorry, my nose has just gone really itchy. Oh man. But that's really that post oil state is just so much stuff is needed. Need circuits and bricks, yeah. It's just, you just need everything, isn't it? Yeah, it just makes it one step more convenient. Yeah, so this is the base. We're just in the middle of completely rebuilding it. Slowly, But surely, I sigh, just thinking about it. I mean, even these aren't consistent. No. I mean, these are effectively nearly the same thing. So yeah, the crux of what I'm doing is fixing up a few, well, some builds need to be fixed because they don't produce fast enough. And on top of that, I'm doubling the length of the trains, which means that basically everything needs to be replaced and redone, which is a bit of a chore, if I'm completely honest. Let's grab you. Just replace that there. I'm not connecting the wires on purpose before anyone gets too excited. Where is one that I can copy? Probably wants to try and bring stuff to it. More glorious destruction. Yeah, I suppose that can be. Oh, I mean, it can be arranged. I do need to sort this out. This build needs to be fixed too. Yeah, so the trains are being changed from 2.8 into 4.16.4. You almost run out of iron at the first field. Yeah. It's 100k. Oh, yeah, you need to get some expansion going. And before you know it, you'll be lashed onto 3 more. So let's lumber you into life. Yeah, once you get into the next 2 sciences, it gets... Oh yeah, junction. I didn't even think about this anymore when I look at them. The second one started. Yeah. It's usually, as I say, when you get into the purple and the yellow science, it's when you start just needing so much more of everything. It gets to be it's a bit of a mid-game hump, really. It's that mid-game hump, mid-game plateau where you just need to do so much of everything. You just need to make more of everything. Zero idea how to do the train when it comes down to that. Yeah, this junction took some headaching. There we are. There's just a few artillery wagons. Eventually you see the end of it. I mean, it curls up perfectly into this station. Does it also just slightly bother you that some of these laser turrets are rotated differently? Like, some of them are pointing backwards, some of them are pointing down, some of them are pointing left, some of them are pointing right. Some of these right ones are also pointing down. Love the artillery. This is even a small one too. And yes, it does. I mean, the easiest solution to trains is to do a simple point-to-point system. So, I shall give you a bit of a content warning that this may hurt a little. Just a little. I mean, if you have any concerns, take it up with Solburn. He wanted more of it. Yeah, not even a track crossing. Weren't you the one that said you needed more destruction? Oh, sorry, it was Cloud. I was just looking. And yeah. My bad. Yeah, what I mean by point to point is something like this here. So this is like the first coal train that I built on the map, and it's just go to one point, go to the other point, and you just stick some locos on either end. Make sure they point in every direction. The locos can't run backwards, so they got to both point, outwards both ways. The little plough thing has to point outwards, and that's pretty much all you need to do. I mean, it got the job done, and it's still here, so it's obviously effective. It's in belt distance. I didn't want to build belt. That's what you have at the moment, but soon need to add a secondary train to your first oil train. Ah, yeah. That's when it starts getting into the networks, and then you start adding like passing loops and things. Yeah, just build up over time. Yeah, they can't actually reach these beacons as well. So, we should deal with them. I can't see beacons attacking at any moment, but yeah, we'll deal with them. There's that crackle again. And yes, I am aware that there were speed 3s in those beacons. There's blue circuits in all of these chests that have yet to be scooped up. The crackle isn't your headphones? No, that's just the sheer number of artillery shells landing. It's actually coming from my game. Some stack inserters survived. But, yeah, that's true. Beacons attack your power supply. I just thought of something really dumb. I'm going to save for this one. Because I haven't done it in a little while. I don't know if you've ever seen this. I probably won't chain reaction. Probably won't work too well without fuel. It's too cold. Eventually. It's got to spin around the turret. No, it's only at 6. Yeah, see, it's only at 610, so it won't do anything. This one, which is at 1000, however. When the temperature's over 800, 900, the reactors detonate each other like a nuclear bomb. Unfortunately, this is a small reactor, so it's going to be pretty contained. There you go. And again. Love it. See, oh, it almost did. I mean, the solution for that is I'm going to do a bit of... Oops, that's the roboport. Just do a bit of that. Now, it wasn't as good as the 56 reactor one from ages ago. It's just the weight of anticipation now. Blam! Kabam! It's something satisfying about it. And it's just more shells to just blow up the remnants. Oh dear. This game is so badly optimized. Yeah, it slowed right down as the nuclear reactors were cascading and exploding. That's a mess that I don't really want to fix. Oh dear. Alright, so coming back to the point at hand, just need to paste these here. That might not it. Yes, it will. Works for me. If it works, I'll take it. So, substations? I had this glorious idea that I would be rebuilding outposts, but I've not even made it to that point yet. I guess it was just a little bit ambitious. I even noticed that. And actually cleaned out the big poles. It's Andarthi. What do we want? Copper. Then we want a thingy. I heard a thingy. Crazy man dropping in that follow. So this is why you don't do the text way of doing it, because it's too hard to remember. Let's call it load. Is that the? Am I remembering this wrong? I feel like I'm remembering wrong. I think I'm using the wrong... Could be using the wrong formatting. Oh, that's why. I'm doing the other one. Yeah. Yeah, just use the picture. I overwrote the stone one, because I'm an idiot. Or did I? Yes, I did. There you go. I'm happy now. Yeah, I knew something was wrong. I just couldn't pick it. Yeah, it was the wrong tags. Less than 25k, summon the train. And it's just a teeny tiny one. And it's outpost trash, 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 trash. Now, next step is I probably need to use that, because that's relevant to this map. There. So this is the list of things that the little supply slash trash train brings to this Kajigga. And so the idea of this build, for those who haven't seen it, is at an outpost, you just build the bare essentials, you build this, and then this will trigger a supply train to bring supplies, which then further builds the outpost. Logistics group when? 2.0 is when we get logistics groups. It actually, so it's a little 111, so, you know, one loco, one wagon, one loco. And it's able to pick the robots directly from the train, so it's, you know, it's able to spin itself up completely from scratch. It does need this thing pretty much built in its entirety, though. That's the only thing. But it means you need to, it's a lot less supplies to carry than what you would otherwise need to. So it's got that going for it. Are these literally all different? Legitimately all different? They are. Yep, you get your logistics groups on October 21. You. Reason for the track past the stop? Yeah, it's an old habit to put a little bit of track past the stop. It's surprisingly useful to do. Just means that if you need to do shunting, you can push it forward, the train forward, and there's a number of times that it's been useful is disturbing. Used to do it with the Fat Controller mod. What do you call? Oh, it actually preserved the position. It's a habit picked up from Colonel Will's game. The number of times that I was able to unjam massive train jams just by having that one little bit of track is astonishing. Just being able to reverse the train just that one tile. You wouldn't think it would help, but it did. Okay. Probably about ready to do this thing. First of all, let's get rid of all that. Secondly, call outpost. There. You're going to be all about demolishing all the trees, of course. Also aesthetics. Aesthetics are, yeah. It does have an aesthetic look to it too, that is true. It does look slightly more pleasing. Now I can't get to coal outpost. Well, let's see if we can change that. Of course, this thing is still going to be set wrong, but that's fine. It's fine for now. Whee. So yeah, this thing's going to pick up the wood and it's going to deliver some materials to help build the outpost. Is it trashing the... That's not right. Yeah, that thing's flipping out. That's not right. Train's the wrong size, nuke it. Yeah, it's stuck in a circle. Where is it? Here. Yeah, that one's flipping out as well. All fine, so it might be okay. Nope, that hasn't fixed it. We need to finish soon, by the way, too. Yep, when the logic breaks. Oh boy, does it break. Who's in the base? You are. The Great Spider Train. I mean, yeah, that one's like absolutely flipping out. It's interesting because those should have worked. Yeah, tick by tick debug. Bring on the debugger. Yeah, might need that there. Nope, still broken. Not sure about these wires though. It looks a bit odd. Maybe it's okay. There we go, it's settled down now. It's interesting because I thought the shifter one was the broken one. I seem to remember that being the broken one, which started doing circular requests. So yeah, there's stuff waiting, so it's summoning another train. How far away is the artillery train, by the way? Too far away. You are quite right, this is an inconvenient train right there. There's also an inconvenient collection of passive providers. I'll have to see what happens when this starts flowing. So what happens is that this, I think it's when the coal starts processing, it becomes a negative. Like the coal goes negative in its request, which means it gets interpreted incorrectly. I think that's what happens, or because it's in the in this list, it ends up requesting a train because it sees it as a phantom thing to take out of the trash. Oh yeah, I was going to say C shouldn't keep inserting. Oh, that's the wrong one. Should go there. Sure. Why are you trashing them? Oh yeah, that makes sense. Yep, yep. Never mind. No, should be trashing them. That logic does not have a green wire to that combo. That's the issue. A green wire to the combo. I mean, it doesn't have a green wire to this. I think the green wire was part of dealing with the issue. Ramadan, how you doing? Because this one's stable. Because it's like, this one's meant to be things to keep and that's things to trash. Station that's looping. It's got a green wire there. It actually has extra red wire. I don't think that green wire makes it loop. I would say maybe one of these red wires because it's been pasted over itself, but no, that's not it. I think this was one of the faults anyway with it. Burn it with fire. I have to think about it. As I say, I've never really got this thing working 100%. It's quite a complicated thing to get working. Possibly. I think it's been... even that doesn't make any sense. But yeah, I think a different wire combination has been pasted over it. Actually, if anything, it's the fact that the red wire is going to there and it probably shouldn't be as what's triggering it. Like, it should be a green wire to that one and a red wire to there. This extra red wire to this combinator is probably what's upsetting it. Yeah, so see, this is the faulty one. See, it's causing this here. It's causing it to trigger the, yes, it's gone away. Because both of these are in the network, but it should be trashing stone. Like that. That's right, it requests the train if it doesn't have coal. It expects coal in the network. That was the bug with it. problem for me is that I've been trying to minimize the number of combinators, and that's where it's hurting me, I think. Is that because I've minimized it so much, it's like I've adversely affected the logic. It's not to say that it isn't possible, it's more that the way I'm doing it is just not right. Is more what I'm getting at. Or is more what I think the root cause is. Okay, one more. And then we're going to get out of here. It's going to hide. There we go. It's definitely dead now. Demo! Morning. I could nuke the logic. Which was the third one. If I come to this, disconnect that, does it settle it down? No. Yeah, I think it might have been onto something there. Each by -1, and you're each by negative. Why are we doing that twice? Huh. Oh, I know why. Because one's trash, one's request. One more artillery just to be sure it's dead. I should actually send it down here next. Anyway, I need to end it there anyway.